Imagine you're on day 7 of nofap. You finally feel like you're getting somewhere. You finally feel more energetic. You finally feel more purposeful. You're not doing all these bad, unnecessary habits. Your future self is looking back, wow, this is a changed man. He has stopped watching porn. He has stopped masturbating. Do you know what you do? You scroll on Instagram. You see a half-naked girl shaking her ass out. And then you get so horny, so fulfilled with all these urges that you go on Pornhub, you watch 3 guys banging a chick and you just nut off to it in the next 10 minutes. Be honest, that's probably you. You'd be lying to yourself if you said to yourself that porn is not bad for me. Porn is not good for me. If you think and sit here and tell yourself that porn is good for you, you are a degenerate, you are brainwashed, you're literally the biggest pussy I know. Believe me, deep down, everybody knows porn is bad for you. Everybody knows masturbation is bad for you. You have to look like this. Look back in the primal days. Were guys jerking off their shit? Were guys looking at porn and just rubbing their dicks? No, they weren't. There were females there that they had spread their seed. They would reproduce. They would multiply their seed. They would do all these sexual stuff with their partners or other women. There was no such thing as porn, such thing as masturbation for them. Because it's not a primal way. The primal way is to impregnate a woman. The primal way is to have sex with a woman and impregnate her. The primal way isn't to sit on your phone on a toilet, watch porn and jerk off. That's the least masculine way you can think of. That's why back in the day they had quadruple digits of testosterone. They had over 1,000 deciliters per of testosterone. Now you'll be happy if you have like 400, 500, 600. So testosterone has dropped. And it's not just because of porn, but it is quite a big reason. Think of it like this. You go home every day, or you're probably home every day doing nothing. If you go to school, then you come home every day. You indulge in these urges. You go sit on your phone and you have a wank. How is that masculine? How is that primal? So basically, what not higher ups, but what society has done, it has messed up your brain to be addicted to porn. And you go that far that you tell yourself it's okay. It's okay because it's normal. Everyone else does it. It is far from normal. It is far, far, far from normal to be sitting here watching porn, jerking your shit, doing nothing. They've made it. I believe the higher ups have made it. So there's basically softcore porn anywhere. You go on these social media platforms and you can see like half naked girls like shaking their ass, doing some sexual dance, doing something provocative. The the founders and owners, CEOs of these companies, you still have like a license agreement where you can't post sexual stuff and everything, but you still come across like these videos, and I believe that slowly they're gonna allow more and more and more. Because when I was younger, none of this stuff was really on Instagram. I mean, I remember being about, how old could I have been? Like maybe 10. So that's like 9 years ago. And I went on Instagram. I had like my Instagram profile or anything. Or when I went on these things, I never really saw the amount of stuff back then that there is today. So over the span of 9 years, you can literally just go on Instagram and you're going to be scrolling. And there's just going to be girl after girl after girl after girl shaking her ass or doing something like that. Of course, people have your feeds monetized to you, to what you enjoy, but still there is so much, the amount of softcore porn out there, that it's consuming your brain. It's telling your brain to indulge in these urges. It's okay. You're basically listening to the weak part of your brain. Basically, the easy way to do this, the most simplest ways to do this, not the easy way, the simplest way to do this, is don't listen to your brain and just do it. If you wouldn't listen to that shit part of your brain for a lot of things, you would be far, far better. You would be probably more successful. You'd have a better body. You'd have a better health. You could talk to more people, talk to more women, maybe even be in a great relationship if you didn't listen to that shit part of your brain. Because that shit part of your brain is telling you to jack off. So naturally, why would you listen to it? And the next thing I want to talk to you about is, each time you relapse, you get addicted even more. Let's say right now, so I'm assuming you've watched porn. Even if you haven't, you're probably still occasionally watching porn, masturbating. Let's say you're on a streak of 7, okay? For educational purposes, we're going to say you're on day 7 of nofap. And then you relapse. And you are like, well, this is what your brain will do. Your brain will be like, well, I'm on day 7. I got here. Didn't really feel anything. I maybe felt a bit better, but I'm really, really horny right now. So I'm just going to relapse. And when you do that, after you do that, you feel shit. But then later you're like, well, you feel these urges again and you're like, well, this is your brain speaking, your shit side of your brain speaking. You're going to be like, well, I've already relapsed. It's fine, I've already done it, so I might as well do it again. And then tomorrow I'll start again. So you relapse again, you maybe do that same thing 2 or 3 times that day. And then the next day comes along. And you have those same urges. Well, like I just did it yesterday, so like another day won't hurt, and I'll start after this, This is the last time I'll start after this. The reason I'm saying it is this is exactly what I went through. This is exactly the timeline, basically like the script I went through. There were times, because I knew that porn and masturbation wasn't good for you. I knew it. So I kept telling myself, I'm going to go nofap. I'm going to do this. It's going to be good for me. And each time I said that to myself, I'd relapse, and then I'd tell myself, we'll do it tomorrow, And then it's like, you're looking back at the past. Oh no, but I did it yesterday, so I'll do it again. And you relapse, and you get addicted. You do it over and over and over again. So you get even more addicted, and then you fall more into the addiction of porn, and you're not getting anywhere out. You're not like getting out of it. The advice I have to this is don't don't count it maybe as a streak. For some people, when you count the days, it's a motivation, you know? But then what happens when you relapse, you go into this thought, your brain goes into this thought where it's like, I just did it, it's okay to do it again, and then you keep relapsing, and then you're back addicted to porn. So my advice is maybe don't count the days, and when you relapse, it's okay, it's fine. Just keep going, just don't do it again. Don't fall into that same porn addiction. Just you know how good you felt. Okay, fine, you had a relapse. Fine, you indulge in these urges. Maybe you even watched porn. Just keep on doing nofap. You have to think about it like this. Imagine you go day 7, relapse. Then you go back to it, day 14, relapse. Day 20, relapse. Day 30, relapse. Day 80, relapse. So that broader window is gonna like open more and more and more. It's the thing with meditation, the same thing with meditation. When you meditate, your brain wanders. You start thinking of what you're gonna do after. You start thinking of some stuff. And then you realize, hold on, I need to think of my breath. And then you go back to thinking and breathing properly. And then maybe sometime after that, you do it again and again. And once you become better, or not better, but you're more focused on your breath longer than thinking of something else. And that's something similar like porn and masturbation. Is basically you go nofap, you fap, and then there's a longer window of nofap. For me, I've been on nofap for like 6 months, or like no porn, no masturbation for 6 months. Before, I was on 8 months. I was on 8 months of no porn, no masturbation. And both of these times, it was a reality check. With the first time, I told my friend, oh yeah, I like watched porn yesterday. And he was like, bro, what? Like, I've been on nofap for like almost 8 months. And I was like, damn, like, you know, I want to do something like that as well. So from that day on, I didn't do it for about 8 months. And maybe you need this as well. Maybe you need this realization. Maybe someone needs to tell you this. So like, if you're watching porn right now, like from me, just stop. Stop today, stop tomorrow, and just don't watch porn. If you absolutely have to relapse, but not to porn, relapse to your imagination. And if you find that difficult, then just think about it, journal about it, and say, why was it difficult? Why couldn't I bust without my phone? Think of it like that. Write it down and then answer it, and you will know, you will realize how far a rabbit hole you have fallen down into. So you do that and you will see. But back to what I was saying. I got on these 8 months. It was good until the part where I started getting these big urges, like these actual massive sexual urges. It wasn't even for porn more. It was for like sex. And I was still a virgin at that time. So advice to you, what I've learned from now is you have to do something purposeful. You have to do something with your life. If it's with the gym, if it's your work, you just have to plan out your day so you're busy. You have to keep busy. Because when there's a day and you're just sitting around scrolling on your phone, you're going to achieve absolutely nothing. Because through these 8 months, I still was on my phone scrolling. I was still doom scrolling. I was still doing absolute like rubbish, degenerate stuff. So you have to be busy. You have to do something to occupy your brain so it doesn't think of porn. Long story short, I got that down bad for sex that I literally just started adding people on Snapchat and seeing if anyone wanted to hook up. Looking back at it, it is so degenerate what I did. I kind of even knew at the time, but I was like so damn bad that. Anyway, so what happened was that I got this girl, she came to mind. Well, I picked her up, she came to mind, and I was scared. I had no clue what to do. Like, she was like, oh, like, because we were sitting on my bed and I told her I wasn't a virgin. Big mistake. No, I was a virgin. Big mistake. I wouldn't tell that to a girl if I were you. And she felt all that pressure on her because she knew that I wasn't really going to make a move. I had no clue what to do. Anyway, she's like, oh, okay, let's watch something. And me being the stupid retard I am, I told her I don't watch porn. She was like, no, I'm in a movie. So anyway, we were watching a movie. Long story short, her mum called her because her mum thought there was this big thing with her telling her she was at her friend's and mum didn't believe her. And then anyway, so I had to drive her home. Nothing happened. And I was a bit sad, but I didn't regret. Like, I regretted it a bit, but now looking back, I was happy. I was happy that happened. I was happy I didn't have sex with her. Anyway, then I met this other girl. It wasn't for sex. It was literally just for like fun, and we kissed. That was my first kiss ever, and I was more confident there. And then I met my ex-girlfriend. It was through a hookup as well. I'm not gonna go into details. It was literally just met her, slept with her, and then just kept sleeping with her because I got this like attachment. It was like this first girl ever that I was like sleeping with. And to be honest with you, when I first like hooked up with her, after it I was like, this was supposed to be like with someone special. It wasn't just supposed to be casual. So I do still regret it that I'm not pure, that it wasn't with someone that I loved at the time. Yes, we had a great relationship. It was a 1-year relationship, but at the time it wasn't. It was just a casual hookup. And that's how I met her. Like, how the hell do you meet a girlfriend from a hookup? I should have seen all these red flags. I should have seen all this other stuff, but I did see it, but I just put it away because I was so desperate that anything will tell you to say, like, yes for pussy, pretty much. If you listen to your brain, then you're gonna not get very far. So I shouldn't have listened to my emotions and my shit side of the brain. I should have just said, like, no, this is not good. I'm not going into this relationship. Cut it off. And I felt like I would have been better, but it is what it is. I learned so much from that relationship, and I am so grateful. We had a great time together. I'm not saying she was a shit person. She was a really nice person, but we both had, Anyway, what I want to say is, throughout our relationship, I felt sometimes a bit into this porn addiction again, and I truly believe is because when you have like sex and when a girl gives you blowjobs, when she does this, blah 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 blah, then when you're not with her, you get really horny because you're not getting that. So what I did, I indulged in porn again, and for maybe a couple of months, I was in that addiction. I then told her, and she found out. She was not happy. She was on the edge of breaking up with me, which I totally agree, because it's kind of micro cheating to the point of cheating, because you're watching someone else do it when you're in a relationship. Anyway, that kind of motivated me. It kind of disciplined me to not do it ever again. And that was like December of last year. And from then on, I haven't touched porn. And then maybe 2 months ago, or yeah, maybe something like that, we broke up. I broke up with her because I knew it wasn't going to work out. I finally stopped like putting my emotions aside. I listened to them and I was like, this is not okay. We're breaking up. And I've been great with nofap. Like, I felt really, really good. I know it's been like 6 months of no porn, but no fap's been 6 months as well, but if you count sex and head, then it's probably been like 3. But my point I want to make to you is, no matter what you're going through, porn isn't a solution. No matter how depressed you are, no matter how sad you are, don't indulge in porn, don't indulge in masturbation. It will help you so much better if you don't do it. It'll help you 20, 30 times better. You will feel more energized, you won't have such brain fog, and you will become more masculine and disciplined. So for the love of me, please hop on nofap. You'll feel 20 times better. I hope I could have helped you, bro. I really do. Thank you.